Today's the big day. Today, I'm gonna go watch the Spongebob movie 4. Yeah. Hell yeah, Mario Galaxy, let's go! Wait, SpongeBob time. Oh shit, SpongeBob time, let's go! SpongeBob! Here we go, SpongeBob time. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the end. They finally pulled it off. I'm legit leaving this theater so satisfied, holy crap. I'm leaving the theater being looking satisfied. You have no idea how happy I am right now. Oh my god, do we have a lot to talk about today. Oh my god. Listen, I was dreading for the day this movie would come, because not only is this a SpongeBob movie, but this is directed by the man, the myth, the legend, Derek freaking Dryman. Now, it's a name that you probably have not heard in your entire life, but if you have seen the work he did on SpongeBob, it's amazing. Derek Dryman was one of the few people that worked close aside with Steven Hellenberg on the pilot of Help Wanted. But he was also a creative director for seasons 1 through 3. Only the first 3 seasons. The only good seasons. The only seasons that were actually peak. And then he left the show after the movie. And then he came back for Sponge Out of Water to write the script. And we didn't see him again until Search for SquarePants. And you don't know how happy I was to hear that he was directing this, because this actually gave me some sort of hope. But now, here we are. I actually just got home from seeing the film. I feel pretty exhausted, but that's not gonna stop me from doing this review. So, how was the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants? You know, when I was going inside the theater, I was kind of expecting this film to be mediocre or subpar at best. But when the credits began rolling and Big Guy was just playing in my brain cells, I was genuinely surprised. This movie was, dare I say, good. This movie was actually good. And that actually shocked me, because I was expecting this movie to be like okay, but it was actually really good, which is shocking to me. Now, this is going to be a pretty short review because, you know, I don't want to spoil the movie. Like, it does have a twist villain reveal, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't call it like a twist villain reveal, but it's like a plot twist. Like, it's more of a plot twist than a twist villain reveal, but yeah. So, the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants. The movie is about SpongeBob trying to set out proving his bravery to Mr. Krabs by traveling along with Patrick to the underworld. And then we encounter Mark Hamill as the Flying Dutchman. I cannot believe they brought him back for this movie, and he does have a prominent role too. And now it's up to SpongeBob to become a big guy. Yeah, apparently the point of the movie is for SpongeBob to travel to the underworld and become a pirate. It took their asses long enough for them to make a pirate movie, because, you know, because pirates play a big part in SpongeBob's entire franchise. So I was very satisfied to realize that this is a pirate movie. This is a pirate movie. They finally did a pirate film, and it came out turning out to be pretty good. So let's get started with the story. Now, the big complaint that I have with the SpongeBob with Search for SquarePants is that the pacing is pretty subpar, I guess. I mean, the pacing was pretty fast. I mean, it kind of rushed its way through, but they added some random scene. They added a few random scenes for no reason to keep up with the runtime of the film, which I guess I understand why they did that. I mean, it's just to fill the movie's 1 hour and 29-minute runtime, but yeah. Now, there are some things I really did love about Search for SquarePants, with the story, of course. For one instance, they were able to bring back the classic vibe of SpongeBob. Like, they actually brought back the classic feel of SpongeBob. Well, they were close, I guess. I mean, there were some scenes that actually felt like classic Sponge. Like the first few minutes of the film, like the first 10 minutes, it actually felt like a classic SpongeBob episode. Like, I felt so satisfied watching this film in theaters. I wanted to give this a perfect score. Like, I felt like I just went back to my childhood, during the good old days of seasons 1, 2, and 3. I know it was in the 2000s, but come on, I grew up with these seasons, man. I grew up with watching SpongeBob. It's literally my favorite cartoon. That isn't, old Looney Tune crap. It's peak. It's absolute cinema. And with Derek Drymon on board, they were able to bring back the classic vibe of SpongeBob, which makes me so happy. I was so happy leaving the theater. Like, I felt, you saw the clip. I felt so satisfied. Yeah. And the best part is that they even used classic soundtracks from older episodes from seasons 1 through 3. Like, in the opening shot of Bikini Bottom, they actually played Aloha Oe. Now, it is a song that you probably never heard of, but that's literally the first ever song that played in the opening scene of Help Wanted, where the narrator goes, "Ah, the sea is so gravis. He in this pineapple is a guy named Spongebob SquarePants." And that's where Peak was introduced. Like, they actually played that, and I felt so satisfied. I was like, yes, they did it. They did it. They played Aloha Oe in the SpongeBob movie. We finally did it, boys. We did it. So, overall, the story is not bad. I mean, oh, wait. I forgot to talk about one more thing. And that's another criticism of the film. Another big complaint that I have with Search for SquarePants is that it has way too much butt jokes. Like, there's way too many butt jokes in this movie. And most of these butt jokes were all caused by Patrick. It was Patrick's fault that butt jokes have to be in this. There was 10 or 15 butt jokes in the movie. Like, there was a butt joke there, a butt joke there. Like, there's so many butt jokes. I lost so much brain cells. And there was one scene in the film that I completely lost it, where SpongeBob and the one where Patrick goes, "Hey, dude," and then SpongeBob proceeds to spank Patrick's butt, and I was like, "What the hell is happening?" Like, I was laughing in confusion. I was like, "What is happening?" Like, what was happening? Like, I completely lost my brain cells when I saw that scene for the first time, in full. And I was like, God help me, man. God help me, man. I didn't know what to feel about this film. Like, wow. That was quite frankly the experience. Wow. So, yeah. Butt jokes. They're literally in the movie. Like, I have no idea why would they do that. Alright, let's move on to the animation. Now, the animation is actually not bad, because I actually get what they were trying to do. They were trying to do a mixture of Sponge Out of Water and Sponge on the Run, and it actually works. Although I will admit, comparing this to Sponge on the Run, it was a slight downgrade. But it's still passable. The animation is actually not bad. The animation's pretty good. And they also did the final battle with which I'm not really going to say too much, but the final battle is, I'm not going to say much. I'm not going to spoil the movie for you all, which I desperately want to, but I couldn't. I have to keep my mouth shut. I legit spoiled the entire Dogman movie during in my review, I legit had a warning in the title that said contains spoilers, and I legit went through a deep dive into the entire plot of the whole ass movie. Like, why did I do that? I have no idea why. So yeah, and yeah, the animation is really good. That's all I can really say. It's an 8 out of 10 piece of animation. Now for the characters, which the characters we're gonna have an interesting discussion over. The characters in Search for SquarePants are actually not terrible. I mean, we got our main boy Spob. He's trying to be a pirate. I mean, he's trying to be a big guy so he can do that big guy roller coaster. And then we have Patrick, which Patrick basically tried to make this movie bad, like because of the crazy amount of butt jokes he had in his hands, but whatever. And there was another thing I like to notice, that the movie actually brought back the father and son like feeling of relationship between SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs. They're not actually father and son. It's just like a father-son like relationship. And we haven't seen that in years. So it was great. Now on to the Flying Dutchman, which we're going to have an interesting discussion over. Now, the Flying Dutchman is actually the most interesting character in the movie. And there's a reason why for that. Because his voice actor from the TV show got replaced. But who was it? Well, it was none other than Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill. I am not joking. Mark Hamill decided to take over as the Flying Dutchman. Which, comparing Mark Hamill to Brian Doyle Murray, I noticed a downgrade. Like, I actually noticed a downgrade between Brian and, Mark. Like, Brian did so much, like, if they actually got Brian Doyle Murray, then this Flying Dutchman would be slightly better. But, so yeah. Mark Hamill's performance as the Flying Dutchman, I mean, he tried. I mean, it wasn't terrible. He tried to be like Murray, but it didn't really sit well for me. His voice was just subpar at best. That's all I can really say. Oh yeah, you like my popcorn tin? I got it from when I went to the movie theater. I still haven't finished my popcorn yet. It's literally almost empty. And it's covered in butter all over the place. There's butter everywhere. Like, look at my hands. It's legit full of butter. Oh god, I can still taste the butter. Yeah, I think I put way too much butter on my popcorn. Jeez. And I forgot to mention about Squidward, which I remember. I mean, there was one scene in the movie where Squidward went to Bikini Bottom High and got brutally attacked by a bunch of dodgeballs. That's literally the only scene I'll give away. There was a scene where Squidward got hit by, and where Squidward, Mr. Krabs, and Gary get hit by a bunch of dodgeballs. Yeah. And there was also characters in the movie that barely get any screen time, but yet they still get an end credit roll, like Sandy. Like, Sandy only got like 30 seconds of screen time, but yet she was still credited in the end credits. Bruh. And another character that also didn't get enough screen time was Ice Spice. Yup, Ice Spice is in this. Thank God she did not twerk, otherwise I would be walking out instantly. But yeah, I mean, there was also the weird freaky scene with SpongeBob spanking Patrick, and that weird scene. But I actually stayed because, I mean, I have to sit for the whole movie. Okay, I had to review it. And speaking of Ice Spice, I think it's a good time to talk about her song for the movie Big Guy. It's freaking cringe. I died of cringe listening to Big Guy. Like, this song is so cringy. Like, it's now stuck in my brain cells. Like, I can't get it out. It might be out by the time the Adrian movie 5 comes out. Ugh. Wow. Yeah, like, it's just like two freaking layers. Like, big guy, SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. Like, dude, shut up. But I actually stayed to listen to that Big Guy so I can cringe myself. Like, I wanted to cringe myself so bad, so I decided to sit in the theater and listen to the entirety of Big Guy in the credits. While reading all the names, like Mark Hamill, Tom Kenny, Bill Fraser Blake, or whatever. Regina Hall, Clancy Brown, Roger Bumpass, Isis, Ice Spice, Gaston, Claire, and Lawrence. Oh yeah, speaking of the credits, we're gonna have to talk about Plankton. Yeah, Plankton was in the movie, but he got the Sandy treatment and was only on screen for like 30 seconds. But yeah, he still got credited. Like, yeah, and even Plankton over there is in the popcorn bucket, and same thing with Sandy. But yet, they barely get any time to shine. Like, why? Like, we could have gotten some more Plankton. That would be nice. So overall, the characters, I mean, they are pretty good, except some of them barely get any screen time, but yet they were still credited anyways. And also Mark Hamill's Flying Dutchman. And Ice Spice, too. You can't forget about Ice Spice. So yeah. Did this movie turn out to feel like a classic Spongebob episode? Well, it was very close. But, did I have a great time watching it? Yes. I actually had a great time watching this film. The SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants is honestly a decent movie. Like, I actually enjoyed it a lot. Like, the story was, I mean, it was subpar at best. The animation is really good. And despite the Ice Spice crap and characters getting barely any screen time, the characters overall are kind of okay at best. So overall, I'm gonna be giving the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants a solid 7 out of 10. Not a bad movie, and it's also not great, but it is passable. And yeah, that's my review on Search for SquarePants. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta finish this popcorn. Oh god, it's all over my fingers. Oh my god. Why did I put so much butter on my popcorn?